Then we got to the hospital on time. So we went around the building and there was security. Crap, we can't get in? Christian said, yes, we can. Let's go, I know another way. So we go through another way, and this part was vacant for 30 years. And we go through that way. And so we got into the haunted hospital, and we got in. The whole hospital was pitch black. So I kind of got scared, so I huddled next to my friend. And we walked so slowly. And we got to a point where everything just got really cold. So my friend Christian's like, let's go check out the morgue. Ew, I said, no. He drags me in there. The door's locked. I started screaming and panicking. I was literally crying. We finally got out by someone coming in to bring a dead body in there. 2 days later, we were let out. I was weak than ever. I had no idea what we got ourselves into. We finally made it out, and Christian was looking pale and more thin than ever. So we got out on time. We slowly made it to the car. He drove me back home. I walked inside and collapsed on the couch. So tired. After a few hours, I wake up at 10 o'clock at night, made a pizza, watched a movie, and felt sick again. I did not believe it. That was ridiculous. 2 days later, I got a call saying that Christian was in the hospital. I have no idea what happened to him. I'd gotten pretty paranoid about it, and I asked, what happened? He told me what happened. Then I asked Christian if he was okay. He said no. He told me why he was not okay. He told me that he'd gotten sick, had not eaten for 2 days, since we were locked in the morgue. And I told him I made a whole pizza, and I was okay after. I seriously had no idea what happened after Christian was admitted to the hospital. Was he considered sick for life, or what? So, things started to escalate. About 2 months later, it's Easter, and I'm preparing things for a guest. And Nigel is just flying around, acting goofy, ripping things off the walls, and I'm trying to put everything back on the wall. So then I started to notice something, that Nigel was ripping off the paneling. And so Nigel was ripping off the paneling off the wall. And I said, Nigel, keep on ripping it. So he starts biting it, tearing it off, even though he's a small dove. As soon as he got to the bottom of the wall, I seen something carved into the wall. And it said something along the lines of death. And I just got paranoid. I didn't think much of it. So after I started making the ham and everything, egg salad and all the different goodies, the guests started coming over, and I quickly patched up the wall with paint. And I was painting, and my grandma had come over, and she's like, wow, you've been working up the storm. And I said, yes. She says, you don't look right. What happened? I quickly told her what happened, and she's like, what is it about death? I said, I don't know. That's what I'm wondering myself, I say. So I showed her the halfway painted wall that I was covering. She got paranoid. So she said, let me tear off the paneling and then I'll come over tomorrow again and paint the wall. I said, okay. So we left a half-finished wall from Nigel that tore it up. And Grandma was peeling off the paneling off the wall. And she left it after a little bit. The paint was sitting by the wall. It was closed. And I was painting it turquoise. So we started having the fiesta party and everything. Egg hunt outside. Whatever else kids like to have. You know, I'm not a kid anymore. I live on my own. And that was my worst experience. About 2 months later, it was June 11th, the day that my old budgie had died. But here's the worst case scenario. I was sitting outside, drinking coffee in the morning, and I'm feeding some random pigeons off my hand with bread. And I'm sitting there. I see a dark shadow fly past. So I thought it was a bug, so I shoo it away. Nothing was there. The pigeon is still eating off my hand and eating out of the loaf of bread. So I let him eat it. I'm sitting there, sitting back, drinking soda on Facebook, on Twitter, tweeting to everyone about what I'm seeing. And I see the thing come by. And it sits on my shoulder. But I don't feel nothing. So I get up, and the thing turns into dust as I went to touch it. I go inside, I take the bread inside that is halfway eaten and demolished. I throw it away. So, after the pigeons left with water and food, they ate almost a whole loaf of bread. I go inside and I share on Twitter what I saw. My brother comment, it's Jay, who turned into dust. He's a dusty budgie. Dusty budgie. Get it? No, I say. I don't get it. He comments back on Twitter.
Stop!
Haha, it's a joke.
Stop!
So, he tweets back and says, haha, you must have not remembered, right, in 2010, June 11th, the day we buried him. I said, no, I do remember. So okay, I am going to do part, 17? I don't know, I just did 3 different parts, because I messed up on everything. But we will continue next Saturday.